from the high desert in the great American Southwest.
Want to take a ride?
So the new AARO report came out, and it's basically just like the last report. What is that song? There's like a famous song where it says same boss, new boss, same as the old boss, new report, same as the old report, nothing new on there. Them just talking about how they looked into more cases and yada, yada, yada. And a lot of people are actually pretty pissed off about it. At this point, I don't know what to think.
Well, maybe
anything that comes
people
out.
who don't know what that report is or who that is, can you explain that just maybe a little bit?
Yeah, so it's the All Domain Anomalous Resolution Office. It's this new thing that the Pentagon's doing to look into UAP sightings and investigations and all that stuff. And so the most recent report came out. It's documented cases from August 2022 to April 2023, and there was a total of like 300 cases, right? And supposedly those were all the cases they looked into, and they reported on that. And I think they said that there was only like 8 cases that, you know, needed attention or something like that. It was nothing new. It was kind of like they were just kind of like throwing it in our face. So, but here's the interesting thing. There's something happening with what David Grush did in front of the Senate, right? David Grush had that. He went in front of the Senate and he kept on telling everybody, "Hey, let's get into a skiff. Let's get into a skiff."
Mm-hmm.
And sure enough, supposedly, they have secured a skiff to go and talk about this stuff. So let me go and play this for you.
Oh, after all this time?
Yep.
Because I remember a lot of the people in Congress were disappointed because afterwards they weren't allowed to be part of the skiffs.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's kind of cool.
So check this out. So this is kind of crazy. This chick drives me nuts because she doesn't know how to do an interview when there's a
look
delay.
at his face, dude.
Yeah. So check this out.
The nation has learned that you and your colleagues will be able to get into the classified skiff room to look at the UAP documents that you've been trying to get. You had this exchange with whistleblower David Grush about getting into the skiff back in July. Let's take a listen.
Can you give me the names and titles of the people with direct firsthand knowledge and access to some of these crash retrieval programs, and maybe which facilities, military bases the recovered material would be in?
I can't discuss that publicly, but I did provide that information both to the intel committees and the Inspector General.
And we could get that in the skiff if we were allowed to get in a skiff with you. Would that be probably what you would think?
Sure, if you had the appropriate accesses, yeah.
So you remember we were all looking forward to that. We thought that happened, and it never happened, which is bullshit. Like, that should have happened that next day. So that makes me kind of think that the government doesn't want to. They're just fucking with things. They don't want to let them get too far into this. So, but now they finally secured one supposedly, and it's supposed to take place in December. Or before December. Before December.
Do we know who's exactly a part of it? It's echoing. You know that?
No, I
echoing for you?
What about now? Is it echoing now?
Check. No.
Okay.
What about or do you know who's a part of the skiff? Like what people in Congress and shit? I know he will be.
Tim Burchett. I don't think he said much else. He actually says in this that he's a little worried. He kind of makes a joke about it, like he's not gonna believe it until he's there in the skiff, you know, because they've had such a hard time trying to get this, which is dumb. That's stupid. It's such important information. And he also talks about how, you know, there's still all this other crazy stuff going on in the other part of the world, that it's kind of hard to get time.
They don't care.
You know. They don't care. Yeah.
Yeah, they're trying to just brush it off. I thought you said there was something else important happening in December. Wasn't there going to be another congressional hearing or something?
Yeah, there is. There's supposed to be one, I think. I'm pretty sure.
I thought you said that last podcast. I could be wrong.
Yeah. Well, I don't know, man. I'm at this point, I just want to hear something crazy from. I feel like there's that Ross Courtnall guy that, says that he knows where that big UFO is.
Yeah.
I feel at this point, I'm starting to think of him like Logan Paul. Like, if you
say
got the
it.
video,
Oh,
release
yeah,
the
yeah.
video.
Yeah.
If you know where it's at, say where it's at.
That's
Quit
what I'm saying,
fucking
dude.
around.
Until we get more whistleblowers, like we need like 100 of them just to come out.
Yeah.
100 credible whistleblowers and with just wild shit, but they all kind of add up and make sense. Like, okay, I don't think until that happens. I thought that was going to happen ever since the last hearing, but I thought that last hearing was going to inspire other whistleblowers, but I don't know. Apparently not.
Man. I think it just pissed people off. But supposedly, this post just came out today, and I don't know if it's anything. I didn't get a chance to really look into it, but this is kind of interesting. It looks like they're finding more information from other FOIA requests maybe out there. This guy, Tiny Klaus, he's got a Twitter account, and he also does a podcast. It's called Patterns. They just started it, so I haven't checked it out yet, but it's supposed to be good.
I follow this dude, this Klaus dude.
Yeah. So this is supposedly he's showing Senator Kirkpatrick as a senior research scientist and a committee member, applications in progress in modeling 1 and 2-piece dimensional photonic crystals. So I don't know what he's trying to say here, but it looks like they're putting the puzzle pieces together. And what I thought was interesting was this right here, where they talk about, I want to see if I can show the picture. Oh, right here. They talk about these statues, right, in front of some building. And this is the same statues that Tom DeLonge mentioned.
Can you show them again?
I believe
the
Tom.
statues?
Yeah, right here. Look, in November 19th, 2017, SAC Leidos, U.S. sixth biggest defense contractor, they matured and developed foreign technology in front of their headquarters are 2 7-inch tall Atlanteans, Egyptians, in thrones with pyramids in each hand. They are separated by 100 yards, and one says the past, the other says the future. So Tom DeLonge is saying that this is the place that has been working on.
Can you blow those pictures up real quick?
Yeah. UFO technology behind
Where
the
is
scenes.
that at?
I don't know. That's what I'm trying to find out. I literally just saw this. So,
Whoa.
yeah, dude. I don't know what it says. All you need to know, and he put all these in here. So I'm gonna be looking into this deep.
Okay.
According to the SAC received a federal grand jury subpoena from Department of Justice Antitrust Division April 22. Oh, so now they're tying in Grush. It looks like this might be the. So we'll have to keep an eye on this. But this is why I love UFO Twitter, or UFO X as you call it. Shit like this just pops up, and you find these good people, these interesting people to follow.
Oh,
So,
for sure.
Anyways. So I thought that was interesting. There is a really cool documentary, I guess you would call it, coming out on George Knapp on News Nation. This is so
Nice.
cool, dude.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Did you hear about this?
I don't know. I don't think so.
All right, check this out. This is cool.
36 years later, and we still don't know any answers to the big question.
Next week.
I want to tell you a story. It's about one of the adventures that we had. Something crashed
straight down out of the sky.
What if this is real? What if this is true? This would be the biggest story in history.
The evidence suggests we're being visited by some form of intelligence.
So they were definitely listening to you.
They were listening to my phone.
You can't imagine what pressure these people are under to cover this stuff up.
You could feel it, the eyes on you. This is serious. It's been serious for a long time, and it's been ignored for way too long.
If you're right, everyone has been lied to.
Yeah, there's a sophisticated disinformation campaign targeting the U.S. populace, which is extremely unethical and immoral.
So you knew that the U.S. government was funding a secret program.
The keepers of the secrets are better at their job than people like us are at ours. And they're not going to let this thing go easily.
Now it's
Pretty
echoing
interesting.
during the videos, dude.
Yeah, I think we have to take off that.
Or add it back on.
Yeah.
The echo cancellation.
Yeah, the echo cancellation probably, or just figure. We have to figure out that how to get around it.
He's such a OG that I really just hope something happens in his lifetime that's pretty spectacular that he kind of gets to witness, see happen.
Yeah,
He's invested so much time into
yeah,
it.
for sure, dude.
There's so many old OGs like that are just, they feel like they're getting so fucking old.
Yeah.
And this shit's
Well,
coming
John
out
Lear's
happening
gone.
so fast. And
Yeah,
Leonard
John
Moulton
Lear's
Howell,
gone.
she's old
Yeah,
as
Leonard
fuck.
she is old as fuck, bro. She is old.
How old is she? Is she in her 80s or what?
She's gotta be, dude. Let me
Looks like
take a
she's like-
look. Let me take a look. What do you think?
She acts like she's in her fucking 90s, but I would say like 83.
She's born in 40. She's 81 years old.
Oh, damn.
1942.
How old is Jordan Knapp? However old George Knapp is, dude, he's still rocking like a motherfucker, though. He's still sharp.
Yeah.
He's still,
Yeah, but he knows he's getting to that point where he's not going to be anymore. So he's got to get information out.
go harder.
Yep. He's
Yeah.
like, I gotta get what I gotta get out. He's probably thinking it's Jeremy as a little bit of a protege, I imagine.
Yeah.
Like try to teach some knowledge into this guy, and hopefully he carries it on.
Yeah, like
But,
his
yeah,
his
man.
little prodigy, like his you're talking about Jeremy Corbell.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
So, but yeah, that's very interesting. Did you see this, dude? This I don't know if it is I'll wait on that.
Okay. Why
This
it
is
off topic?
another interesting thing of Tom DeLonge. So I guess Blink-182 is they're
yeah, I've seen these
touring
videos.
again. Did you see
No.
these? Yeah. So they're touring again, and
I have
they
a video
asked-
in regards to. Or go ahead. Sorry.
what's that?
Go ahead. Play it. This is my
Okay.
bad. I'm just on.
Can you hear it?
No.
Trying to conquer, a lot of personal stuff going on that I had to get through. That was difficult. I had a lot of stuff with the government I was doing that I was found myself in these weird oceans that I didn't know really how to navigate. That I was doing my best. I had other works of art that I wanted to do.
Now it's echoing again, dude.
Hey,
That sucks.
can the if anybody watching live, let us know if you guys are hearing an echo. Might only be on our end.
Yeah, well, it's
If
only
you guys are
during the
hearing an
video.
echo, let us know. Yeah.
No, it records it like that because this has
Oh, it
happened
does?
before. Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, it was interesting, man. Does it echo when I play the video too, or just us echo?
No, just like me. I don't know if you. I can't tell if you are or not. Play it again. Try
Yeah.
it. There's no audio. Check.
And
What
I
about
didn't
now?
understand, like Mark
Check,
said,
check,
I wasn't
check.
sure if we were going to
Check,
play
yeah.
together again or not.
Yeah,
I really,
that's what I
I remember telling my wife now, I told her, I don't think I'm ever going to play music again. I'll keep making records and put them out or whatever. I just don't really think I'm going to. I
Check,
literally
check.
said, I don't think I'm ever going to tour
You don't
again.
hear this echo?
Until Mark told me he was sick. And then
No
I was like,
echo.
that was the only thing I wanted to do. And it's funny how when those things happen, you kind of go, who's been talking for me for these past few years, because the things I was saying is not obviously what's in my heart, so Sometimes you need like these big spiritual moments in your life that really.
So yeah, sounds like there's an echo. So I wonder if we can go into settings and change it. Yeah, just go into settings and turn on echo cancellation. Should be good. Sorry about that, you guys. We're testing something out. You good to go?
Yeah.
Zero, and you rebuild,
Check,
lose the
check.
ego, lose all the weird stuff,
Yes,
and kind of
yes,
go, who's the
yes,
human I
yes,
want to
yes.
be, who's the best version of myself that I can be, and find the joy and kindness to others and kindness to yourself. And so
That's weird. That's weird.
We had this problem like
So-
5 months ago and we fixed it. Now it's back. I don't get it.
Yeah, pain in the ass is what it is. So yeah, they're back out on tour, and it's interesting hearing them talk about it. And what the best part about it is the fact that it's true. You know what I mean? Like, the shit that he's saying, he was dealing with these people in government in big situations. You know, I wonder how Mark and what's the drummer's name? Travis feel like. Do you think they're like pissed about that, or do they think they like believe him?
Travis was
100%?
sitting there like this. He was all,
Yeah.
he's probably like, fucking goddamn it again.
Yeah.
And then there was
Yeah, that's
another
interesting.
video where, what's the other guy's name? I don't know the other guy's name. Not Tom, but
Mark.
He was saying how, yeah, there was years I said I was telling Travis and everybody that I would never step on a fucking stage again with him and all this shit. Like, and Travis was just standing there, and it looked like it was the first time he heard it because he was all like, what the fuck? I guess he had cancer and shit, so.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I have a video. I don't know if this guy's full of shit or not, but you know how Tom DeLonge came out with his new movie?
Yeah,
You know, like
this,
his feature
the-
film
the
about
book.
aliens. Yeah. So supposedly there's a rumor that he snuck in pictures of real aliens in the movie. I don't know if it's real or not, but I just want to play this video with this guy.
Did Tom DeLonge just put 2 genuine photos into his new movie,
Check.
Monsters of California? One where they're working on some craft, and the second one of an actual alien being lay down on what seems to be some sort of slab or bed. I think he may well have just done that. I didn't spot it yesterday because I'd had too many JD and Cokes. I'm going to show you the pictures now. If you've not seen the film or you've seen the film, I'm guessing you might have missed this or you didn't put it together if you don't know Tom DeLonge and what he has in his possession because of the millions of pounds he's made and what he's paid for and the government connections he has. I think he's just given us 2 genuine pictures in this movie. One of them I've seen before, which is
Babbles
the 2
on for a
blokes
while.
working on something. You can't probably make it out. If you're going to make a fake, you'd make a better one, that's for sure. And this alien one, I've never seen that one before. And again, I think you'd make a better one if you was to make a fake one for a film. So these are the 2 pictures.
That's interesting.
Do you think he would really do that?
I don't know.
Did he
Maybe like an Easter
just
egg
put
or something?
a real picture
Yeah.
of an alien in his
Why
film?
not? Fuck it.
So if anything happens to him, he at least has that.
Yeah. Yeah, that's interesting. No.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Who knows?
Yeah.
Who knows? There is a new George Knapp put out a new book too. He wrote a new book with Colm Kelleher with this guy. He's a former Defense Intelligence Agency program manager. His name's Dr. James Lakatsky, and they just did a weaponized podcast with him. Did you see that at all?
No, I did not. No.
Yeah,
I didn't know he had a new
pretty
book
cool.
out. That's cool, dude.
Yeah, check this out.
Beginning of chapter 9.
Is it echoing
At the
still?
conclusion of a 2011 meeting in the Capitol building with a U.S. senator
doesn't
and
do
an
it on my
agency
video,
undersecretary,
I know,
Lakatsky
it's weird, dude.
I just won't talk. It's cool.
I don't know
Just
why
play
it
it.
does that, dude. That's weird.
Just play it, and then we'll chat. Just stop it, and we'll
Posed a question, but this is where it gets good. He stated, meaning you, Dr. Lukatsky, that the United States was in possession of a craft of unknown origin and had successfully gained access to its interior. This craft had a streamlined configuration suitable for aerodynamic flight, but no intakes, exhaust, wings, or control surfaces. In fact, it appeared not to have an engine, fuel tanks, or fuel. Now, there's a next part, which I'll read in a minute, but what this is you're officially allowed to tell us that the United States government has in its possession a craft of unknown origin, and you are able to access the inside. Is that correct?
The wording that you read is correct. You're going beyond the wording.
No, I'm not.
So this guy freaks out and doesn't want to talk about it. Like he doesn't want to get into what Jeremy's asking. It's very interesting listening to them try and like get around this guy. Even George jumps in and is like, you got to give us like a little bit here, man. So it's a pretty good podcast, man.
Why was he being so lame?
I don't know. I don't get it. So watch.
How do we know it's a craft and not a doorstop? We accessed it. It has no engine. It has no wings, no fuel. It doesn't. We don't know that it travels. Do we know it's a craft or it's just a rock?
George, you're going into the further discussion that occurred that day.
All right.
We can't go there. But
So, more of that scientist bullshit where they don't want to talk about it. I want more people like Grush where he's like, I'll talk about it just as long as I can do it in a legal manner. You know what I mean? It's like, don't give me that shit. That dude looks like he's about to die too.
I think it's because he has the tism, dude. It's like a superpower.
Yeah, maybe.
I'm talking about
Could
Grush.
be. Yeah, I know. This is kind of crazy. Check this out. So supposedly, NASA astronaut Story Musgrave, on 2 flights I've seen and photographed what I call the snake, like a 7-foot eel swimming out there.
Oh yeah, I've seen that before. That was crazy.
Yeah, it's nuts. So, pretty interesting. I wonder if I stop. Let me do this. I wonder if I stop.
We can do it after the break. Just take
Yeah.
like 2 minutes and just fuck with it,
Yeah.
and just let chat know. It's cool.
Yeah.
I'll deal with it for now, dude.
All right.
But
so yeah, that was pretty interesting. I think that's about it. Yeah.
Sweet dude, I had a video I wanted to share with you that I've personally never seen that I thought was really interesting. I'm not gonna play the full video; it's 3 minutes, and then I could share the top 5 sightings if that's cool.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
So it's a Bob Lazar interview from the 80s. I thought I've seen most of them, but this one in particular, he's asked about religion. If you haven't seen it, it's on TikTok right now. It's about 3 minutes and 40 seconds. I'll play like the first minute or so of it, but it's pretty fucking interesting. I thought it was cool. Have you seen this one?
I don't know. Let me see. You gonna add it?
What?
You gonna add it?
Oh my god, I'm fucking ripped. Did I just watch the first 10 seconds by myself? I'm like, y'all watching, like, what? Shut up.
Religion. You saw some other reports that you...
Yeah, religious documents, yeah. Wow.
Pretty hard to swallow.
It's very hard to swallow.
Saying basically that... basically that we're a product of genetic engineering from someone...
Yeah. Yeah, how can you just swallow that whole?
Well, how can you swallow any of that stuff?
Well, it's easy to swallow things you can put your hands on and touch and and work with it, no problem. But when you get into a lot of spiritual stuff and religion, and you were brought here, and we were made by progressive corrections and evolution and that sort of thing, and where it shoots down a lot of the established religions, Catholicism, and everything. Said, essentially it's a tough thing to accept, and why, without hardcore proof, why even bring it up?
I guess the question more should deal with that you actually read a report that said this stuff.
Well, yeah, the only hardcore thing is that there is an extremely classified document dealing with religion, and it's about that thick. Period. But
That's crazy,
why
dude.
would there be any classified material dealing with religion? That's the only thing you can say.
What other kinds of classified?
Autopsy. No, that wasn't the last subject.
I want to go back to the religion.
He keeps
thing. I want
pressing
you
him
to
on
say-
it.
Oh, come on, that's so weird. That's a lot.
I'm not asking you to say what you believe to be a fact. I'm asking you to say what you read in a report that is
Good for him. Good for George for doing that.
the most top secret facility in the world. Okay. All right.
All right, I'll say it.
Good.
It's so far.
I know.
It's,
All right, your objection has been noted.
Okay.
What does it say?
That we're containers. That's how supposedly the aliens look at us. That we are nothing but containers.
Containers of?
Containers. Maybe containers of souls. You can come up with whatever theory you want, but we're containers, and that's how we're mentioned in the documents. That religion was specifically created, so we have some rules and regulations for the sole purpose of not damaging the containers.
The souls. Meaning,
well, the souls or the bodies, whatever. That's
meaning like we're containers for souls that they're going to use at some other point.
Right.
And that they had something to do with different prophets and biblical figures.
Yes.
What?
Well, that supposedly.
Do I keep playing it?
Jesus and
Yeah.
two other beings were genetically engineered. They were implanted in people on Earth in biblical times, and their births were closely monitored. Now, just some little connections to that my wife had brought up were in the Bible. They said that the star had followed Mary wherever she went, and that all UFO sightings.
Told you. I've heard that shit before, bro.
Well, in fact, they said in the Bible,
I know I've heard about this. I've never seen this, dude. I don't remember
This
seeing
is
this.
crazy,
It's
dude. And I
fascinating.
couldn't believe it. Like, what the fuck?
It's fascinating.
I couldn't
dude.
wait to show you, dude. I was actually like, just wanted to see your reaction of it.
That's fascinating, bro.
Yeah, and that's like probably, I mean, I'm just guessing 85 or 6 or
You,
something. I don't
you know, there's always this story about Bob Lazar where he says now that he'll only talk about the stuff that he was 100% sure about and that he worked on. He won't talk about anything else, mainly talking about that stuff because he still in part of his mind doesn't know if they were just fucking with them. Could have been, like something that they were doing just to fuck with them, like, and that's a crazy thing, right? So
yeah, just like purposely putting out false flags to fuck with, just to keep everybody off.
Or even it being real, dude. That's a crazy thing, dude. But you know what? It's fucking believable. If aliens are real,
when you said that the document's that thick,
yeah,
that's crazy.
Yeah,
yeah, and especially everything he said, because we have talked about that on here before about humans being containers of souls
and that they created Jesus.
Yeah,
to do that they created him.